Hey guys, welcome to another video. I'm Chris, this is the Salty Trips channel, and today I already filmed another intro and started working on a project. I found out something kind of bad on the roof. So we're going to get right into that and you're going to see what happens, and this is a good reason why you need projects and you got to get on your roof every once in a while. And today we are doing some more RV projects. Today we're focusing up on the roof. We have another soft start kit for our second AC. The first one's been working great, and we're going to put this one in. And also, if you've been following along, we had some holes in our roof that ripped open when we came in here, and some branches and the water started getting in and everything. And we did some patching and repairing, so we're going to check on that and clean up the roof up a little bit, and we'll get to it. All right, guys, I'll be honest with you. This is not one of my favorite things. I'm not a big fan of heights. I don't really like getting up on top of this thing, but got to get this stuff done. And it's really going to help out in the future. We're really just kind of planning for when we really start moving around a lot and boondocking more. And, you know, like I said, we've got a pretty powerful Victron system and battery system set up in here. And we got some solar coming. So, you know, if you're interested in any of that kind of stuff, you know, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, all that fancy mess. But first things we're going to do is we're going to go over here and shut off the power to 12 volt and, you know, shore power, so I don't get shocked by anything. And then we'll get up there and get to work. And this is going to be for our Dometic Brist 2 Air we got right here. And if you're not sure what a soft start is, basically when an AC kicks on, air conditioning unit kicks on, to start the compressor, it needs a real big jolt of amperage. So it jumps up real high. So like if you have a inverter or generator or something like that, that doesn't have a lot of high amperage, it may spike too high and shut it down. So what this does is it slowly ramps those amps up so that it doesn't spike up high and doesn't shut down. And the reason why we're putting one on this one, we already have one on that one down there. But the reason why we're putting one on this one here is so we have options. Let's say if we're just running off the Victron unit and solar or whatever, we can just, you know, we can only run one AC at a time. So if we're in the living room, we can run that one. Or if we're at night, we can just run the one in the bedroom. So we have options. And also, I got a broom up here because all these trees and moss and stuff is making a mess. So I figured while I'm up here, might as well do some maintenance. I don't want to have to crawl up here more than I have to. And if you remember, we patched this up right here. And it's where some water's coming off from the air conditioning. But this looks in pretty good shape. Doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere. Man, that stuff, it turned up on. Looks pretty good. All right, let's look at this and taken care of. All right, so now all we have to do is kick the power back on, and that's a super easy soft start install. And the reason I didn't go step by step through this is because I already made a video of exactly how to do this step by step. And if you were noticing, I had my phone down there. I was just following my own instructions to remember which color goes to which connector and what end goes on what connector. So it was, it's only 5 wires and there's no cutting or splicing. It's just crimp on ends, plug and play. But we're gonna have to turn the power back on, test this out, make sure the green light comes on, and we'll see if we did it right. Fingers crossed. All right, I'm gonna head back down. All right, last time I didn't have to crawl back downstairs because my wife Kim was here to help me out, but all we are looking for is we're gonna turn the power on this thing, crank it all the way down to 55 degrees. I have the In Command app so I can control the AC with my phone. So we're going to set it to cool and set it down to 55. Tick on. There we go. Green light kicked on. So that means that we're good to go. And we're gonna have to run this thing at ambient temperature for a half hour, and then we'll double check to make sure it worked with the Victron inverter, to make sure that it's not gonna overpower our inverter. Well, the roof here could actually use a good washing, but today it's just gonna get a sweeping. Look at all this moss and sticks and stuff like that. If we were going to move at any point, we have to come up here and sweep that off, because if you don't, when those slides come in, all that stuff is just going to jam up underneath your slide weather stripping, and it's going to cause it to leak or damage it. So, before it piles up too big up here, while I'm already up here, we're going to sweep it up. Okay, and this is why you come up here and do this, because I just found this. That's a rip, and there's a hole in there. So I'm gonna run back. I should have thought about this. I'm gonna run back downstairs and get my Turnabond, and we're gonna fix it up. Actually, now I think about it, I'm gonna sweep the rest of this so I can double check to make sure there's nothing else that needs to be repaired before I go back downstairs. Hopefully I don't have to go back downstairs one more time. But and those, I actually found another little spot right here that's a little damaged. It looks like I got a little scrape on maybe a little tree branch or something. It doesn't take much. These things are pretty sensitive. But hopefully we can cut that off before it becomes a serious problem. All right, guys. Well, the rest of the roof looks pretty good, but we did find one more problem. There's this weather stripping that's sticking out of the window over here. So I'm probably just going to try to shove that back in. Man, that's why you get up here and check every once in a while before things get bad. It's a kind of a pain to crawl up here, but it's better than replacing a roof or fixing water damage. So we learned a lesson today. Well, that seal looked like it just pushed right back in. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it when we put the slide in and out. And if it keeps happening, maybe I'll put some silicone in there or something to try to, keep it, stick it back in so it doesn't just flop back out. All right, we got our supplies. And I think I lied to you guys. I did find this little spot right here. And it looks like it's where a nail, somebody put a nail in there or something. but that's going to be an exposed spot that could eventually get worse, so we're going to cover that up too. All right, so first we're just going to clean up the area with a little bit of acetone, then snip off some Eternabond and slap it on. That's simple. One down, 2 to go. Well, we're all patched up. Thank goodness we came up here to do that project, and we found that stuff before it got way worse. And now it's time to go make sure that Victron system, the soft start is going to work correctly, and we're going to run the AC off the Victron system. Shut the power off. Go back to main menu. And now we are pulling just off the batteries alone. And what we're going to do is come up here, turn the front AC to cool, drop that temperature down so it kicks on, and it just kicked on. So it looked like it was going to spike. And I heard the compressor kick on, so it should start ramping up slowly. And now it's blowing cold AC. Oh man, that went up to about 2,000. It's a little high. But it stayed within parameters. So that's why you put the RV soft start. If that thing goes over 3,000 watts, it spikes above 3,000 watts, then it'll kick the inverter off. It can run at 2,400 watts, but it can spike up to about 3,000. Anything over that, it shuts it down. So you saw that it spiked up to about 2,000 watts, and then it kind of came back down. So it saved it from going way over. And that's why you get a soft start RV soft start, so that if you have a generator, you can do the same thing. If you have like a 2,000 watt generator, it'll run an AC unit like this. So at least we know it works. It's pulling from the battery. All right, guys. So we got up on the roof to do some project, to clean, because the moss has been falling, sticks have been falling, and we had to do that soft start install, and that could have saved us a lot of trouble. We found 3 bad spots and a window seal that was messed up. So luckily we got up there and we found that stuff. How often do you guys get up on the roof and check it? Monthly, weekly? I don't know. I'm probably going to get up there a little more often now that I found that, because who knows, what can happen. Just a word to the wise, guys. Get up on your roof every once in a while, sweep it off, check it, look for stuff. And thankfully we had this little project, and that moss and everything was covering the roof, and it was time to give it a good sweeping. So we found that before it became a big problem. Thank you for coming along. Hope you guys got something out of this, and found it useful. Hopefully it'll help you in the future. And if you're enjoying the channel, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, all that fancy mess. Give this video a big thumbs up, and we'll see you guys next week.